Hey guys, I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. If not, I'm here to tell you that I hope that you are, and that if you are feeling alone, you're not. I am sending out love to each and every one of you. I do it every day after my yoga. It's something that I think is super important for me. I think we all need a little bit of love and support, and we need someone, to be in our corner. So I'm there for you. I've been wanting to start something like this for a very long time, kind of just topics that we want to discuss in the world that's going on that, we may not have an outlet to talk to. So those who don't, can either listen to this or don't, can comment or don't. But I was actually on the phone with someone very, very close to me, and we started talking about things that were bothering us. And one of the things that resonated with me was that she appreciated the fact that I was there to listen, the fact that I was there to talk to her about it, and that just that ear was something that meant the world to her because she needed that support in that time. So I'm just wanting to do that. So I want to kind of start off by talking about a little bit about who I am and what I've been through. So when I was 20, I came out slowly to my friends and then progressed to my parents. And it wasn't the easiest thing to do. There are a lot of, for example, I've had girlfriends and friends that are girls, not an actual girlfriend, but friends, that when they first came out, their first initial thing was, "Oh my God, do you have a crush on me?" And I was like, no, I literally just need someone to talk to about these things. And then eventually, they were like, okay, they finally had that, like, okay, we understand, we get where you're coming from. That took a while. And I still think that sometimes maybe there's some of that, like, guard with that, with some of friends or people that I've met. Then I came out to my parents, and I will give you a disclaimer first. My parents they're an amazing group of people. Like, they literally have supported me on everything that I've done. Even when I've made mistakes, they're in my corner supporting me. What I will say is when I came out, it was a shock to them. And it's not that they didn't love me. It was just, okay, well, that's not what I expected. I expected you to be a certain way. I expected you to do certain things and marry a man, have babies, and all of that, And I think it was very, very difficult for them to grasp that. And eventually that became not an issue, and we got past that, and we had to move on from it, and we did. And now the line of communication is amazing, but it wasn't always easy. It was very hard for me to communicate and to express how I felt. It started to become, all my feelings got boggled down, and I pushed them down to the point where it put me through a sort of depression. And I will say I do fight it sometimes, but for the most part, like, I have reached a way to communicate, to talk about those feelings. It didn't happen overnight. It was a process. But I am glad that I found that because I don't have to hold in those emotions. And so now when I get angry, but I can find a way to work through those angers. And when I get depressed, I know exactly those feelings, and I know that I need to talk about them. So I think the biggest thing that we need to do is talk to each other and really listen to each other and be there for each other. Be able to help others, and I want to be able to get my message out there. And if you have a message, I want to hear it as well. So now I kind of want to talk to you about how I was able to reach that vulnerability, to reach the communication and not have it be so scary. Because, to be honest, though, a little bit of it is scary from time to time. So, it's not going to be easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. But love was how I did it. More importantly, vulnerability was exactly how I did it. I realized at some point that I was going to have to let people in. And that's true vulnerability. And it was through a couple of my mentors, and they know who they are. If it wasn't for them, maybe I wouldn't be able to do this. But I'm sitting here now telling you that if you're scared to be vulnerable, don't. There are people out there that are going to love you, and they know your worth, and they're going to show you that you're worthy. Some things that I do, I wake up, I meditate, and you can find them on YouTube, but there is a cool movement. It's called Start the Wave. Really look into that, because it's something that I think it's benefited me. It's guided meditation, and it really, really hones in on different parts of your body, different chakras that you'll go through and help heal you mentally and physically. So I do that, and I also do yoga, which is you can do hard yoga, you can do easy yoga. It doesn't really matter as long as you do something that is comfortable and fun for you. And again, you can find those on YouTube as well. And I do a lot of journaling. I write my feelings out. But I also learned how to ask for help and reach out. That was always my biggest problem, was I would feel so scared, and I wouldn't do anything about it until I started reaching out. And every time I reached out, it got easier. And there was another person that was willing to help me out as well. The first step, reach out, comment. And I will do my best to reach out to everyone that needs help. But you got to reach out first. So I also wanted to talk about too, is spreading love over hate. I think right now it's so important that we spread love. I feel like a lot of people feel like the only way their message can get out is by spreading violence and anger, because it's radical and it makes a statement. And I am well aware too that there are certain groups that are doing it just to see chaos. Because of that, we need to stand together and support each other and love each other and spread that love, because we are not going to get anywhere if we continue that hate. And I think one of the ways to spread that is to communicate with each other, talk to each other, tell each other that you love them, because life is short, and if you don't get to say the things that you want to say, you don't get to say them. Start saying them now. Communicate. Tell us how you feel. Tell me how you feel, and I'll tell you how I feel. Like right now, I am scared. I've been scared this entire year. I don't want to end this by saying that I think that we are making steps in the right direction. We are standing together. We are saying we don't want the hate. We're going to stand together. We're going to hold each other's hands. And I think that the people who don't want to see that, it is starting to scare them. And they are going to extremes to break everyone down. But we need to stay strong and hold each other up. And I also wanted to say that I love you. I love all of you. And it's going to be okay. We are going to get through all of this.